Hey, good morning, Victory Kids Quest. It is so good to see you guys. It is a cloudy, sprinkling, cold day. I can't believe it's springtime, but I love this weather. I hope you guys had a great week at school. Now, I know a lot of you guys I get to see every Sunday. Miss Natasha and I get to see you live. But for those of you that your families aren't ready to meet live back with us at church, face to face or one-on-one, we still are going to offer you a video every month. So make sure you tune in, and hopefully your grandparents and your parents are showing these videos to you so that way you guys can still connect. And also, I'm going to talk to you in just a few minutes before I'm done about some other announcements and another way that you can connect live with us from home through Zoom. Okay, so we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. This month, if you were coming live and meeting with us at church, you know that we were talking about living a life for God and comparing the life that we have to a race, right? And what we can do to run that race for Jesus, to run it the right way. So we've talked about things about not gossiping, not lying, not being unkind, and we're looking at the things that are opposite of that, the things that we should be doing in this race called life. And today, when our guest brings the rest of the lesson in just a minute, you guys are going to talk about one of those things, and that's about making sure we're honest, not living a life of lying or of gossip or spreading rumors about each other. If you guys have ever had anyone lie against you or spread a rumor or do something like that, oh man, we know how sad that can make us feel and how angry that can make us feel. But we also know how good we can feel when people are honest to us and with us. That's what we're going to talk about in a few minutes. But the Bible, like I said, compares our life to a race. Now think about a race. Most of you guys at school, you probably, if you're live at school, you probably just got done getting ready to run the mile in your PE class or in your sports class. Now think pre-COVID, before COVID happened, you guys every year, you would get ready to run that mile race in PE. They even did it when I was a kid. Back before I was born, those PE teachers and those coaches were getting you guys ready to run a mile race every school year. And so how did we practice that? Did we practice it by, sitting down and looking at our phone? Did we practice it by reading our favorite book? Did we practice it by drinking a Slurpee and eating hot Cheetos? No, our coaches and our PE teachers would make us get out there and practice that mile. So maybe you run it around your field at school or the recess yard or maybe even an indoor gymnasium. And your coach or your PE teacher will help you condition and get ready for that. So you start out small, right? And just learning how to jog or how to run in small increments. And then you jog more and run more and run more. And they teach you how to drink a lot of good water to keep hydrated. And they teach you to look forward, keep your eye on the goal, keep your eye on that mark. Those are the things that our PE teacher or our coach would teach us to do to condition us to get us ready for that race of the mile. Most of you guys, when you run that mile, you don't really want to be last. You want to be one of the people that are first to try and win that race. And I think about races I watch on TV or in the Olympics, and you've got the fastest runners of the whole world competing, and they're looking straight for that goal. That goal is that finish mark. For us in our life, our goal or our finish mark for this race called life is heaven. One day when we grow old and we get to live forever in heaven with Jesus. Now, when you guys were conditioning for that race in your PE class or for your sports class, did you guys wear really heavy clothes? Did you wear thick pants and long shirts like this and a big coat and a scarf and a hat? And did you carry a suitcase or a briefcase or put on a big backpack? No, you wear really, really light clothes. It's kind of like this backpack. What if you guys, this is super heavy, you guys. This is a junior hires backpack. Can you guys see how big it is? How heavy it is? So when that PE teacher was helping you condition for that mile, would the PE teacher said, okay, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. sharp, we're going to run that mile. Bring your heaviest backpack and put it on your back. No, we would never do that because we know that would pull us down. It would weigh us down. It would make us too tired. It would be too heavy. And we wouldn't be finishing that race first. We'd be probably dead last. Well, this huge backpack represents sin. All the bad stuff that we do. And the Bible tells us that if we have sin in our life that we do not confess, that we do not say we're sorry for, that we do not ask forgiveness for, it's like strapping the hugest, biggest backpack on your back and trying to run that race. It's not going to get you very far. Let's see what the Bible says about our life as a race. Way back in the New Testament, Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1. Let's see what it says. It says, "Let us strip off every weight that slows us down. Take away all those sins that will hinder us, that will slow us down. Put them off because they will keep you from your progress. And then you're ready to run the race with endurance, the race that God has set before us." Listen to what verse 2 says. "And keep your eyes on Jesus. He is the one who has begun us, and he is the one who will finish our race." He was willing to die a shameful death on the cross for us so that we could have the joy of winning. Oh my goodness, you guys, I love this verse. Just like that joy you get in winning that mile race, maybe you get a certificate from school or you get a medal, you get your name called, and you're so excited that you won the race. I think of those Olympic runners who are so excited when they finish that race because they get to stand on the big platform and they proudly wear the bronze or the silver or the gold medal. How many of you guys have ever won a prize for winning a race or a swim race, something like that? That's what this verse is talking about, and I love it. Keeping our eyes on Jesus, the author, the beginner, and the finisher of our faith. Okay, you guys, hold on tight because you're going to have the rest of your lesson. We love you guys, and I'll see you soon. I almost forgot. I wanted to remind you of a way to connect. We know we have these monthly videos going back and forth, and we also have, of course, our Sunday live connection whenever your family's ready to meet up there, or if you're sick or out of town and you miss that live Sunday service, you can always watch our monthly video. But another great way to connect with each other live face-to-face is at home through our monthly Zoom. It's almost always that first Sunday of the month, and I always send out all the information to your parents and grandparents. So make sure you ask them to hook you up on that Zoom. You guys, if you're not attending that, it is fun. For that Zoom time, we dedicate it just for all fun, all games, and then a little bit of prayer time at the end. So we would love for you guys to connect up with your friends and do trivia games, scavenger hunts, all different kind of fun stuff. So make sure you ask your parents each month if they can connect you up really quickly to our monthly Zoom. Okay, so peace out. I'm going to say bye again, and hang on for your next lesson. Bye.
Hey guys, Mr. Nico here, back with another lesson for you guys today. You know what, today's lesson is going to be a little bit more on the simpler side, but it's also going to be super important, okay? So, you know what, here we have a cool little arrow, you know, something that you can throw and try to hit a target, right? And now we do this all the time with so many activities such as like basketball and soccer, where we want to make it into the hoop, you know, or kick it into the goal. And there's so many cool targets and goals that in our lives we try to hit, such as praying and reading our Bibles. But you know what, there's something super important that I want you guys to focus on today, and that is truth and honesty. And now truth and honesty is super important because you know what, it's mentioned over 100 times in the Bible. And you know what, we've gone over numbers and stuff in our lessons, and that definitely has to go up there in the top 10 at least. And now honesty is also one of the 10 laws of that Moses gave to the people of Israel back all the way back in the book of Exodus. And now today we're also going to have a cool scenario that I want you guys to envision, you know, put yourselves into it so you guys can include yourself into it, of how honesty and lying are two very different things and how honesty is super cool. And now imagine this, okay? Envision in your mind, you've just been playing outside, you know, maybe you were doing some baseball or climbing a tree. I don't know what you guys do outside. You guys are a bunch of wackos a little bit, but you know what, you're tired, you're a little bit thirsty, and here I am with this, you know, this gorgeous bottle of water. You just want to drink it so much, and you're like, Nico, can I have this bottle of water? And I'm like, sure thing, but you know what, just give me 1 second, let me just add something to it. So you know what, let me just add some dirt to it. Looks fine, right? It looks fine. Let me add a little bit more, you know, it wouldn't hurt, right? I'm just like, okay, it's all ready for you. Here you go. After playing so hard, here's your bottle of water, right? Like, Mr. Nico, this is not something. What did you do? It was just perfect before, but now it is just gross and yucky, and it's not something I want to drink, right? You know what? That is exactly how it is with lying, because you know what? Lying is exactly how this dirt is. No matter how little or how much you put into the water, you're still putting that dirt within that water. And that is something that's super not cool. And lying also affects the people around you, including yourself, because it damages relationships that you have with each other and not being able to trust each other. Like, say if your best friend told out your secret, it's like, I can't trust you anymore. I can't have the same connection. And sometimes it can be built back up, but you know what? It's something that we should try to stay away from. And now we're also going to have a really cool little Bible story that I'm going to relate to this, which is all the way back in 1 Kings chapter 5. And now we're going to be focusing on prophet Elisha. And now Elisha is not very well-known prophet, but Elisha was really cool because he would prophesy and heal people. And just in this story, he just has healed the commander of the army, and commander had a really deadly disease, it was really bad, and Elisha just healed him. And the commander's like, thank you so much, Elisha, I really appreciate this. Let me give you the silver, all these gifts and stuff to just show how thankful I am. And Elisha's like, you know what, nah, I don't really need that, you can keep it, and you know what, I have to get to another appointment, and somebody else to heal. And the commander's like, okay, you do you. And now Elisha's assistant, so he's like second in command pretty much, Gehazi, he was like, you know what, I kind of like those gifts though, they're kind of looking kind of nice. And so Gehazi goes up to the commander when Elisha's not looking, when Elisha is gone, and he's like, commander, Elisha kind of wanted those gifts, so if you can give them to me, I'll go deliver them to Elisha. And the commander's like, okay, I'll give them to you. And Gehazi, instead of giving it to Elisha, he actually keeps it and puts it in his own house, and he keeps it secret. And now God talks to Elisha, and he's like, Gehazi just took the gifts from the commander, and he hasn't told anybody about it. And Elisha's like, okay, let me go to him. And he goes up to Gehazi, and he's like, did you take those gifts that the commander was willing to give? And Gehazi's like, no, I didn't. And so Gehazi lied to Elisha. And now Elisha was like, you know what, for lying to not only me, but to God, you're going to get the same crazy disease that the commander had, that deadly disease, and you're going to have that as your consequence. And consequences they suck, because all of us, we have all lied, we've all had to not be able to watch movies or play video games, and it's the most sucky thing ever when we lie. And as we end off this lesson, I want to give you guys these really cool verses I have here and read to you guys, and I want you guys to really take them to heart, okay? So first we have Colossians 3:9. It says, do not lie to one another. And that's a really simple one, right? But let's go through the other ones. They go, Proverbs 12:22. The Lord does not like lying lips, but he delights in trustworthy people. Don't you like trustworthy people? People that you can trust, that you can just have a good conversation to and not be suspicious of them? Proverbs 25:1. Telling lies about others is as harmful as hitting them with an axe or an arrow. You know what? It does feel like that sometimes. When you yourself are lied to by other people, it definitely feels like a stab in the heart. And now Proverbs 18:24. Good words are like refreshing, life-giving water. So not like this water, this dirty water that we polluted and it's all gross now, but clean water that you can totally drink, right? Proverbs 15:4. Gentle, kind words bring life and health, but lying words crushes the person's spirits. So I want you guys to take from today is that hit the target of truth. Hit that target, because you know what? It is very important to do that, because it will not only help yourself but help others. Because lying definitely does not cut it in life, and it definitely does not help you in the long run. And sometimes we may falter, we may lie a little bit, but you know what? We have a sidekick, we have somebody that can totally back us up, and you know who that is? And that is God. God can totally give us the strength to help us do the right thing. And so I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe, And I want you guys to keep this in mind. Keep honesty and truth as your target, okay? So this has been Mr. Nico with your lesson for today about keeping honesty and truth as a target in your life, okay? So see you guys and have a great day. Bye.